This is part 1 of our Cbr 600Rr mini buggy slash crosscart build. This is the first project of this magnitude we ever attempted building. We're going to be working with limited tools and knowledge, and it's going to be a learning curve for both of us. It's going to be full independent suspension. Here are the wheels and tires. We're also using A-arms from an XP 1000 for the front, top, and bottom. For the seat, we found an aluminum racing seat. We have the cushion for it, just not shown. Should be good for a 5-point hardness. There's a part number if you guys want to look it up. This is the frame. It's just a frame we had laying around. We can make it work. There's going to be some things that are going to have to change. Nothing too bad, but I figured this is a good start. I believe it was from I want to say a mini sprint car build that never got finished. For the rear end, we're using a differential out of a 96 Subaru Legacy. It is open diff. We might do an LSD or just weld the gears. Tires are 29 inches tall, stock for a 17 through 19 XP 1000. We also have the coilovers from an XP 1000. I believe they're from a 4-seater. This is all stuff that we bought along as when we found deals. They're Walker Evan Racing. They might be a little stiff, or we'll probably change the springs, or just they might be fine and we can just dampen them a little more. We'll find out once we get there. We'll probably adjust them all the way up and see if that softens them up a little bit. This is going to be a single seater, so it's going to be pretty light. This is the engine we have. It's an 07 Cbr 600Rr. The specs for this engine are 118 horsepower and about 48 foot-pounds of torque. It is fuel injected. Okay guys, so this is the start of the frame. This is just the frame we had laying around but we figured this is probably a good start. We just gotta clean up the existing tubes they had and cut some of the bolts and stuff that we're not gonna use, just to clean it up and start fresh. On the front, what we're gonna do is cut it about here so we can shorten it up, and add a brace from side to side. From there we're gonna build basically we'll do two more legs to mount the A-arms, so it's narrower, because the way it is now it's gonna be too wide. So we were thinking if we go from here to here and then make our two little legs about 8 inches apart, should give us a pretty good track width, so it'll match the back. Okay, so we're gonna start cleaning it up and getting it ready.
roughly about 17 1/4. Actually 17 inches are coming off. So how much more?
So this is it for now. I'm gonna have to cut a piece that goes across from this, and then like we talked about, the 2 legs here for the A-arms. But I think before we do that, we gotta finish up cleaning up all this previous welds and all that, and underneath. I'll flip it over for you guys so you can see. There's all this that needs to get cut off and cleaned up. Maybe it could have been easier to start a new frame, but this is not a lot of work, so I think we can do it fairly easy. So we just got done welding the tabs for the A-arms here. I think we should get some pretty good up and down travel with these, depending where we mount the coilovers. We added a couple of reinforcements here. We're still waiting on the knuckles to show up so we can build the top portion for the top A-arms. We don't know how high we gotta go, so we're gonna hold off on that till the parts come in. We left this a little bit longer than we possibly need because we gotta figure out where the radiator is gonna go mounted, and we also have this grill too that we're gonna use. I'm not sure where it's gonna go exactly. We're gonna use a radiator from a 90s Civic. They're about 12 by 16 inches. Should work. Should be more than plenty for cooling. Only thing that's going to be a little more work is we're going to have to run some coolant tubes all the way to the back of the engine, but that shouldn't be bad. So like I said, we're just waiting on some parts so we can keep going. Probably our next step is going to be figuring out the hoop, the first hoop that we're going to add here, and the main one from the very back that goes over your head, so we can start figuring out the shape of the cage.